Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we're back again with some more zefrank1. This is True Facts. Macaques? I don't know how to pronounce this thing. Listen, I don't know almost anything about these types of apes, chimps, whatever the fuck they is.
Today we will explore the culture of the macaque. Jerry, how do you say this one?
Macaque.
Jerry, how do you say this one? You think it's macaque? No, it's too long to be macaque.
Macaque?
Maybe
So it's a
macaque?
macaque.
Oh, macaque. All right. Koshima Island in the south of Japan is home to a number of Japanese macaques. These macaques have been provisioned for nearly 75 years. This means that researchers bring them sweet potatoes and then research them, which is cool. Think of it as an all-inclusive nudist resort. Except I guess only sweet potatoes are included. And strangers are watching you and taking notes. It's creepy, actually. But it's better than sitting up in a tree in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yo, it has a red ass.
Not a bad gig for a snow monkey. Oh gosh, I forgot to tell you, they're also called snow monkeys. Sorry, I swear, look up a picture of a dictionary inside of a moron and you'll find me. Let me explain. Japanese macaques also live in the mountains in the north of Japan, where it snows quite a bit. No other non-human primate lives in colder places, and the human primates that do are constantly bitching about it. Except for the Canadians, they keep it all locked up inside. But these macaques are good at the winter thing. As the temperature gets colder, their fur gets thicker, except on their butt. They don't have fur on their butt. I feel like that's a miss. But it looks like fun, doesn't it? Playing in the snow and what is that? Eating bark? Alright, I'll be honest with you. It looks like a crappy time to me. Out there freezing your nitzels off and eating bark. However, listen to this. In the 1960s, some young Japanese macaques, hippies, were spotted using an outdoor hot spring at a resort.
Is he jacking it?
Joke. And once those young macaques dipped their freezing
not on camera. That's the wrong side for this. Look at him. He's going all out. Jesus.
And once those young macaques
control your urges.
Buttsicles into that warm water, they got used to it. And pretty soon all their macaque friends were showing up. And you know what happened next? The peoples built those macaques their own hot spring park. When does that ever happen? You try it. Get a group of friends and hang out naked in your neighbor's hot tub. You won't get a free hot tub out of it, I'll tell you that.
you get a free hotel for the evening in the police station though.
But that's what happened. And now they've got a good sitch. They got their own hot spring and people pay money to take pictures of them taking a bath. Alright, it's a little weird. Cool. Now you see that? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't drink from it.
Yeah.
Hot tub water, it's like a used soup. Who knows what
everyone
doing
pissed
in
on
there.
it.
Like, look at these three.
And the other guy was doing the dirty.
He's trying to be low-key about it. And the one on the right keeps looking over. He's onto him. And then 3, 2, 1. There, the one on the left felt it. Hot tub got hotter. Meanwhile, this one's warming up his noodle on the hot water pipe. And she comes along and says, I'll take it al dente. She's clever like that. And they get right into it, and they're both balancing on the pipe, and that's not a...
Yo, they quick with it. My boy went in immediately, no hesitation. She was like, hey, fuck me. Okay. And it was done. Right then and there. That's impressive. Macaques got it going on.
She's clever like that. And they get right into it.
Bam, boy.
Balancing on the pipe, and that's not a
Goddamn, boy.
It doesn't last that long, maybe because it's cold out there and they both want the pipe again, not a euphemism. But she sits upright, probably because it feels good on the swelling. Oh geez, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the swelling. I'll explain after a brief message about our sponsor. This is not your ordinary monkey in a bathtub. This one's pissed off, or yawning, I can't tell. This is Hitmonkey, a new highly accessorized character in Marvel Contest of Champions. A free-to-play fighting game that you can play in your bathtub. Hitmonkey joins a gigantic cast of animal-based characters, all of which seem to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder. But how many of them have a foot gun? Hitmonkey does, along with a very well-fitted suit, I might add. You can play as this little raccoon fellow with his orange pantsuit who prefers weapons that are disproportionately large. Then there's like this duck that's not a duck, it's like a tongue lure thing, which is frankly terrifying, but also kind of amazing. But the important...
Is that a Donald Duck symbiote? What is that?
thing is that Hitmonkey and Tigra are new this month in the contest. You can play as them and over 170 other Marvel characters right from your mobile device. Download Marvel Contest of Champions from the App Store or Google Play. Even has a monogrammed tie clip. Very stylish. We'd call him Hip Monkey. Or not. Where were we? Oh, right. Swelling. Let me explain. See the one on the left wearing the kind of creepy hockey mask? Right. Well, actually, that's a backwards monkey, and that's its butt. And it's a great butt to have if you like sitting in trees. It's got these hardened pads on it called ischial callosities. Might be a little easier to see on a crested macaque. It's sort of like when you get a hemorrhoid, the doctor gives you this kind of butt donut pillow. It's like that, except the pillow in this case is made out of the hemorrhoid, but not really, but like a comfortable hemorrhoid. Anyway, if you play the footage backwards, it looks like a really weird runway show. Now, around the time a female macaque is fertile, the skin of her genitals and perineum, the science word for taint, swells as a sort of sexual signal. The degree of the swelling depends on the female and the species. We'll take a test. See if you can spot someone that's ready to mate. All right?
Oh!
Do you need more time? It's tricky, right? Because that could be a nose. Anywho, that's what I meant by swelling in the pipe laying footage.
Yo, that monkey is thick, boy! That monkey is thick.
That one was a euphemism.
God
Back to the macaques
damn.
in the hot spring. I know what you're thinking. That looks pretty chill, but it's not really that chill. I mean, it's not chill, but it's not chill. These are fairly strict societies. Each of these macaques has a rank within the troop. It's sort of like in middle school when you went to your friend's house and you found a list he made of his friends in order and you're not even in the top 5, which is bull because you lent him your bike. Anyway, it's like Game of Thrones, but with less nudity. And if someone gets caught drinking monkey
Do they also fuck their mothers and sisters and shit?
soup where they shouldn't be, things get ugly. But violence is dangerous. Violence is dangerous. Jerry, you have to proofread this. Even a small injury can lead to death because they haven't invented doctors yet. Sorry, look at this one backwards. Instead of fighting all the time, they have a number of ways of reinforcing the social order, like the grooming each other thing. I mean, it's really just non-stop, but it's a good way to check in and de-stress. And they'll back right up into it too, because nothing says I trust you more than putting your junk 2 inches away from someone's giant teeth. Macaques are also very good at communicating with their faces. Jerry, when you watch one like this pigtail macaque, it can look like when someone gets a little too into a TV show and starts acting out the character.
Seems wasted on drugs, bro. I don't know what kind of TV shows you be watching, but my boy seems wasted. Look at his eyes.
With their face.
He's as high as a motherfucker.
Marriage? But Papa would never allow it. Elope? But what about the zombies? These expressions can help reinforce rank. For example, a submissive macaque might grimace, which looks like a smile, but it's like that weird smile you get when somebody's being a...
That one's submissive? I thought he was a psychopath. That's the submissive one. Nice nipples, by the way. Look at them. God damn, they hard.
To you, and later on you're like, why was I smiling? Then there's lip smacking, which is like when you get nervous and start talking really quickly, except in this case there's no words. That, by the way, was lazy dominance. Not even showing up to work. However, in some species, these same gestures can be a sign of friendship and affiliation. I mean, that looks nice right there. We should all be doing a bit more of that. Better than arguing on Facebook anyway. But don't think that this is a society held together by some alpha male grabbing noses. There is an alpha male, but the power is very much centered on matrilines, lineages of mothers and daughters that form alliances and will stay in the troop their whole lives. Young males, on the other hand, are more or less kicked out around puberty, which I'm sure is awkward. Charlie, do you remember how I told you your father went out for cigarettes and never came back? Yeah. Well, I'd like you to get some cigarettes now. So anyway, what might appear to be a bunch of monkeys peeing in a pool getting all handsy with each other is actually a very nuanced little society.
Jesus.
They managed to get their own hot tub. What else are they working on? Macaques are smart. Long-tail macaques figured out how to use stone tools to crack open shellfish, and then they applied those techniques to a new food, oil palm nuts. And what's more, it seems that some...
I thought he was gonna do some dark joke and be like, now they found out the new food, human skulls, you can crack them open as well.
Have their own preferences for types of stones. So what about Japanese macaques? What sorts of things are they learning and passing down? For that, let's go back to the snow monkeys that live on the beach. The ones that probably just ordered 2 sweet potatoes at some point, but Instacart delivered 2 duffel bags.
That one grabbed 2.
You know it's happened to you.
Oh,
so
has
in
a
the
monkey on its ass.
1950s, a 1.5-year-old dead macaque was Jerry, is this right? It was dead? Oh, I see. It has since died. You can see how that's confusing. In the 1950s, and not dead yet, can we just leave the dead part out? A 1.5-year-old macaque was observed washing a sweet potato in a freshwater stream. And this was a brand new behavior. They named this macaque Imo, which means potato. And that's why you have to be careful about what you get caught washing, by the way. Might be your nickname. That's what Josh Balls and the Sink Spectre always told me. This new behavior spread, first laterally to Emo's siblings and playmates. The kids always start the cool trends. Then it was passed up to the mothers. As it spread, the behavior changed and they started taking the sweet potatoes to the
sounds about the same way Corona spread.
Saltwater of the sea. The washing continued there, but some started to dip between bites. They were using salt as a seasoning for their potato, 2/3 of the way to a French fry. Get these guys a deep fryer. I'm sure a few might fall in, but that's how I learned to swim. Now, in the first generation of potato washers, this behavior spread from the youngsters to the adults. In the next generation, however, the bebés learned from their mothers, watching as they were carried along down to the water's edge. But Emo was not done innovating yet. She's like a little genius monkey. In addition to the sweet potatoes, grains of wheat were scattered around the beach. Emo figured out that instead of picking up the grains one by one, which is a huge pain in the butt, she could scoop up a bunch of sand that had grains in it and bring that over to the water. Toss that in and the wheat grains separate out. Kudos to her, I wouldn't have figured that out. I'd still be back yelling at whoever scattered the grains in the first place. I mean, who does that? It's like saying you're gonna bring Pringles to a party and then crumbing them all up and shoving them in your pants. Sure, technically you brought them, but nobody wants to eat them that way. Anyway,
I mean,
Emo died many years ago. Which is sad.
Let's not say nobody,
what she might have come up with. But her innovations gave us a peek at how macaques learn new things, and how those learnings become traditions that are passed down through the generations. Perhaps the building blocks of culture. So it's macaque. All right.
Macaque.
But the genus name is what? Macaca. We'll throw macaca up on the screen. Okay, macaca, I see it. Jerry, don't do that. Leave macaca where it was. Don't play with it. Remarkably, Raspberry here has learned how to use a stick to... Oh, no, she's just being a to Pepper. You can't use that.
That's a cool shirt. Hey, okay. That was the zefrank1's true facts. Macaques. Anyway, quick thanks to the patrons. Pedro Martinez, Commands, Korean Rob Air Princess, R Static, Fuel Waste Chicken 53. Thank y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this video, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a nice fucking day.